Well, I'm joined at this hour by cricket expert Anis Sajan. I'm also joined by journalist Gautam Bhattacharya, who is the senior associate editor of Gulf News. Welcome to the show. Anis, Surya Kumar Yadav won the match with a phenomenal strike rate this evening. Your impressions of him, was he a little impatient to show what he's capable of tonight?
Rika, he's been playing always this, 360-degree shots. When you tell me he's hit 6 boundaries, that's 24 runs, 3 sixes, that's 18. So 42 runs have come in boundaries and sixes. He's batted, if I'm not wrong, around 40 balls. So my problem is he's not rotating the strike. Now, like Rohit Sharma mentioned at the back end, that it's not all about playing the big shots and winning the matches. You have got all the shots, but there are times when you need to rotate the strike like Virat Kohli does. So that's the only thing which bothers me about Surya Kumar Yadav. Otherwise, he's a talent. He's worth watching every time you switch on the TV.
Gautam, would you say that since he had taken India to a winning position with his knock of 62 in 40 balls, he should have been there to finish the job?
Yes, I mean, definitely he should have been there to finish the job, because that is what created a pressure on the lower order batters, and especially Venkatesh Iyer. I mean, these kind of things happen, as Rohit was saying in the post-match press conference, that they don't know how to pull through from a situation like that. But having said that, as Anis said, I mean, that's the way he plays. I mean, there have been a couple of, one 6, I remember, he wasn't even in control of the shot, of Hassel delivery. So the way he cleared it over mid-wicket. So fantastic innings from him, and good to see India get back to the winning ways against New Zealand.
Anis, since all of the talk now will be around World Cup and India's new batting template and bowling template as well, would you say that the lower middle order for India still remains a concern, and they have to cast some thoughts on that?
It has always been a concern, Rika. If you have seen whatever matches we have lost in an ICC event, the moment the engine room, that is the top 3 goes, the middle order has struggled. Only during the times when there used to be MS Dhoni or Yuvraj Singh, we used to be able to finish the games. But after the times when Virat Kohli, KL Rahul, Shikhar Dhawan or Rohit Sharma, the top 3 fall, India struggle. Now, again, like you mentioned, we're talking about preparing for the World Cup. Today was an ideal day. And I remember telling you this, that I know both Dravid and Rohit Sharma wants to start with a win. But why not start winning the toss and batting first? You are trying to set a template for the World Cup that you are going to prepare yourself. So this was your first chance, that how do you going to set a target? Because you might be having probably 60 to 70% of the same team playing the World Cup. Okay, you want to win, but why not go with that challenge of, no, I will beat a team batting first. Okay, chasing, you're always good, you're 80%, but that 50% needs to be got to 60 to 70%. That's my only worry. And I'm afraid in a knockout, if you come like how Pakistan had to bat first, India might again face the same problem. So you get into that habit. That's what I'm trying to say.
Gautam, would you say that it has, or rather it is becoming a worrying trend, win the toss, win the match?
No, it depends on what kind of conditions you're playing. I mean, Anis has got a point here. It's a new series. World Cup is over. You don't get into that due factor or anything at all. You don't start with a defensive mindset. You put runs on the board. 180 plus would have been very much a pass score on this board, and you've got the batting to do so. That would have been one way of doing it. But having said that, I'm quite satisfied with the clear thinking that was there in the playing 11, in giving Venkatesh Iyer a chance early on. And it's still too early, so let's see how it goes. I mean, what they have in mind for the next game.
Anis, Ravi Ashwin, the game changer tonight, even though the man of the match went to Surya Kumar Yadav for his half century, would you say he was the real game changer?
To some extent, yes, because he got that 2 wickets in an over and slowed down, because at that time Chapman was running away with the match. But mind you, I was a bit surprised, like with the defensive tactics of Rohit Sharma. You saw the way Bhuvneshwar Kumar was moving the ball, and the second over you were removing the slip. The ball went for 4. And I'm sure Rohit Sharma knows that he made that error. It does happen sometimes, but when the ball moves around, you got to back your bowler by giving him that attacking slip. And who knows, they wouldn't have even scored 150, 160. But these are the lessons. If India don't learn in the next 16 games, again, we're going to have the same problem that we have faced in every World Cup.
Since you mentioned about Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Anis, let me ask you about Bhuvi, the way he bowled tonight. He also picked up 2 wickets. Since he was bowling in Dubai, he wasn't getting much of a swing. He looked off colour. But back in India, do you think he's going to be a force to reckon with? And how does he now continue this momentum leading up to the World Cup and even during the World Cup, because it's not going to be in subcontinental conditions, it's going to be down under. So how does Bhuvneshwar Kumar retain his momentum and continue to build on this?
You see, Rika, when he can swing the ball in India, he can swing the ball in UAE, he can swing the ball in Australia. The problem with Bhuvneshwar Kumar that he was not 100% fit during the World Cup. And we could see in his rhythm. Today's rhythm and the speed what he was bowling was not the same as we saw in the World Cup. So if Bhuvneshwar Kumar is fit, he can swing the ball in any condition. So our job as the support staff has to ensure, like we are talking about, that you've got to decide that these are my players for the World Cup. I'm going to give them enough of rest so they are match fit.
Gautam, let me ask you about, how India really bowled today. Those last 5 overs, giving away 39 runs in the last 5 overs and pulling back the match after, Chapman got to his half century. Would you say that was the difference between the two sides, the last 5 overs?
Yes, certainly. That additional 15 runs would have made the thing a lot more difficult. And that's where, India came back into the match. I mean, there was enough drama till the end, but certainly they did their job in those last 5 overs.
Absolutely, there was enough drama in the end. Anis, I'll have to ask you about 2 people who were involved from the 2 sides in the match tonight. Debutant Venkatesh Iyer and Daryl Mitchell, the fast bowling all-rounder. Would you say it was a moment or it was an opportunity for both of them to become heroes, but they frittered away a chance?
Well, Daryl Mitchell has already become a hero by winning the semi-final and 1 game against India. Today it was the first game.
He had the ball on him in the last over, and
all right.
India
now, to be very honest, I never knew that he can even bowl. To be very honest, because they had that spinner to bowl the over, that's why they had to give to Daryl Mitchell. I was not even aware that he's able to bowl. Now, when you talk about Venkatesh Iyer, you cannot tell him that he could have become a hero by scoring the 10 runs, because he did try. He got us the boundary. He did try the reverse sweep. It did not come off. But I would have liked Venkatesh Iyer, when you have given an opportunity, to come 1 down or 2 down ahead of Rishabh Pant or probably Shreyas Iyer. Because when you are picking up a guy, you want to showcase his talent. You are not picking him as a finisher.
Right. So in the end, India has won the match. They have taken a 1-0 lead in this 3 T20 series. Thank you very much, Gautam and Anis, for joining me on the broadcast tonight.